Hi, good morning. What's going on? It's Nate's Neighborhood. It's John Kohler. Hello. This is Nate Boley,
Yeah, it's episode 20.
episode 20.
20, the big 2-0.
And
It's
you're,
quite an achievement.
You're here with the big HBO star and the big real estate star here in Nye County.
That's supposed to be me, but he's a star.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just a guy. I'm just taller,
Oh, yeah.
but only by a little bit, as you can see.
Because I'm standing on a box.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him about the Tom Cruise box, John.
I'm here for full disclosure.
All right.
You know,
Well, yeah, that's what we're good at.
Kind of lubricate the show and kind of make things, move along. Usually we talk real smart for about 15 minutes, and then we take a tour of a really nice home. And this week, just to kind of tease
We've got a great one this week.
It's
in Mountain Falls.
You said this was like one of your mom's rentals or something, right?
Yeah, my mother actually purchased this home and was going to live in it and then decided not to. And she rented it out, but now she's listed it for sale. And I believe it's already under contract that quickly.
Wow.
But yeah, we're going to get a great tour out of it and give you guys some great information on it because you never know. If it falls out, there's plenty of folks out there that can see it and get a good look at it.
Well, if you haven't been out to Mountain Falls, we've done maybe one or two tours of things out there. Maybe this is the first. I'm trying to think.
I think it might be the second. I think we might have hit Artesia more often than we do Mountain Falls.
Right, but very nice neighborhood, HOA controlled, and nice places. So, and this might give you a touch of that flavor, and put that back in your noodle and think about it as you're thinking about coming out to Nate's Neighborhood, living in Nye County.
That's correct.
But also, so first part of the show we do Smart Talk, and we've got a bunch of statistics, which I'm just excited about.
John's always excited about statistics, yeah. Well, and so essentially, we're going to go through and we're going to discuss what's called a CMA, a comparative market analysis.
Okay.
So if you call a realtor and you tell them you want to know what your home or property or business or whatever it might be, you want to know what it's worth.
Right.
They're going to run a CMA, comparative market analysis.
Okay.
Okay. And that's done just generally through the tools that realtors have, within their reach. But we're going to go through and look at some screenshots of an actual CMA that I did for a friend of mine locally.
Oh, great.
To kind of help you get an idea. Yeah, so, and this is one of the pages that you'll find. So the first thing that you're going to do, or that your realtor is going to do, is they're going to go through and they're going to find comparable listings, and we call those comparables.
Okay, so these are homes that have sold recently that are sort of similar size, similar type, similar...
As similar as possible, yeah. We prefer for them to be within a mile or two of each other, especially with a home that's in Mountain Falls.
Right.
If it's a home in Mountain Falls, there are, I believe, over 600 homes in Mountain Falls. So you should be able to find your comps within Mountain Falls.
Right.
If you have to go outside of Mountain Falls, that might create an issue because you're always going to have an appraiser follow up behind you, and they are the person, we've said that over and over, that's the person who ends up saying what your home is worth.
So what do they look at construction type, cost of construction these days?
Pretty much everything, yeah. And so your realtor will go through and they'll go by square footage of the home, year built, type of construction, type of upgrades, how many garages, square footage of your garage. You can get as detailed as you can in certain neighborhoods.
Sure.
The more comparables, the better, obviously.
This is something that's similar to like what a real estate appraisal will do also later, isn't it? Or?
Yeah, theirs is much more detailed. Granted, they go to very specific schools for those, and granted, that's why they're much better at pulling out values than realtors are.
Ooh.
But here we go, and here's days on market. So this is days on market for those comparables we were just looking at.
You got out the color crayons for this one. This is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Deluxe.
Yeah, so the
What's
first
that
one?
Blue. That looks huge.
That blue one, well, yeah, that one was a little bit overpriced, and it shows, right? I mean, there was an issue there with either pricing or it went into escrow, fell out a few times before it sold, that kind of thing. That does count as days on market.
Okay.
So in this case, this place took 82 days to be gone and actually taken off the market. But if you look at these other comparables,
oh my!
This is where the heart is. Yeah, these other 5
items. Oh, that's what
items.
that's showing me. So like it took
None
some guy. One guy
lasted
was
longer
20
than 20
days.
Yeah.
Holy cannoli! Look at those first two. They were just like in and out in like a day or two.
Yeah, and so the biggest thing here that you're going to learn and what your realtor is going to learn about your property is that whatever happened with that blue property is not what you want in your listing.
Right.
You want to follow the flow of those other 5 and make sure that those comparables can be or were marketed in a way that you can market yours,
right,
and go about a similar pattern, because in this case, good
that,
shape.
Not a lot of success there and a lot of effort to make that thing go.
Yeah, and it's really, it's more about the planning end. If your realtor goes through and does their own due diligence and gets the marketing ready and gets the right pictures taking and videos, you know, then you're in great shape.
Right. What is this graphic? This looks like the state of Utah or something.
This is, yeah, this is an overpriced chart.
Oh.
So yeah, if you look up at the top, there's original asking price.
Okay.
In the middle there is market value, that little tan line. And on the bottom is months on market. And essentially what this graph is telling you is if your realtor tells you your home is worth $350,000 to $360,000 and you list it for $400, you're gonna have an issue. You know, you just are. You've got to listen to the professionals. Yeah,
you mean you can't overprice your house and expect to sell it?
Yeah, it's just, you know, there are certain markets. Granted, there was a period here that has really slowed down, especially in Pahrump, as far as the crazy amounts of buyers and all that. That has toned down a bit. So a lot of these folks who are thinking they can still come out with these big prices, they're just going to learn a lesson. That's kind of the way it is. But you got to have that chat as a realtor with your client. I'm happy to list it at this price, but if we don't see any action after a week and a half, we saw that other graph, after 2 weeks, you lose interest.
Right.
So if you're overpriced after 2.5, 3 weeks,
when the market is this hot, probably, yeah, you're going to be looking at, buyers going to come in, hey, this one's been on the market 2 weeks, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and usually it's been on the market 100 days, there's something wrong with it. But now it's like, yeah, it's been on the market 30, 35 days, there might be something wrong with it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, and a lot of it is just temperature of the market. But you know, if you go to the dentist and they say you've got a cavity, you fix the cavity.
Right.
You know what I mean? If the realtor tells you this is the range of the value in your home, if they're a good realtor and you trust them, then you should trust their numbers as well.
What's this one? This is kind of
this is activity. So this comes in right with the last graph.
All right.
So from week 0 all the way up to week, you know, the end of week 2 into week 3, that's when you're going to get the majority of the eyes on your listing.
This is the same thing you were just, okay.
Yeah. So then you can see as you go down into week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at 8 weeks, you're past the peak, you know? So, and this is kind of this is the chart that's going to help you with timing, okay? If you're at week 1 and you don't have an offer or a tour or anything else along those lines, you need a price change or you need a marketing change or something there that isn't working.
That fast, because look at it, that's right where it peaks out.
Yeah, because those first 2 weeks are super important. Granted, you're still getting activity afterwards, and the right realtor is going to continue to boost that activity by promotion and marketing and all that fun stuff.
Right.
But that is your peak, you know, and that's the newest.
Right. This is kind of a boring as a roller coaster graph. It's kind of weird.
I feel like it would make a great roller coaster, but a weird one to do more than once. You know,
you'd be like, I think I already lost my lunch on about week 3.
And right about week 3.
And then just kind of cruise on to the end. I see how it goes. Yeah, boy.
The first couple weeks are super important, you know, just like anything else.
Yeah.
A good first impression is very important, especially when you're selling a home.
What is this pricing over, what's the
price graph? Yeah, so
at the bottom.
The blue lines are listing price. The red lines are sold price.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see a couple of these properties actually sold for a little bit less under listing, right? Off to the right-hand side there.
Right.
The ones on the left sold for a little bit more of the list price. But granted, that one all the way to the left that did sell for more than list price, that was that crazy blue one.
Oh, these are all the same ones? Okay.
These are all the same comparables we were looking at. This is all the same, the same put together, the whole deal. So yeah, in this case, you know, you're not going to learn a ton from this graph, but it's going to help you with pricing. You know, you don't see anything crazy that jumps out at you. The one all the way to the right, you know, they probably just took a quicker offer just to get it off the market and be done with the home, you know? So you can't account for everything with graphs and numbers and all that fun stuff because there are always humans involved. But, you know, all these things do help to give you a little bit more information so you can feel more confident about the decisions you make. You know?
Right.
So yeah, this is a decent one, but yeah, it's very cluttery.
Oh, well, I wish I'd known it was, I would have been tracking these a little bit more, but weren't those, no, it looks like that first one actually ended up selling for a little bit more than what they asked for.
Yeah, and now see, granted,
but it just took forever too.
A little bit more than what it was listed at the time. It's sold. So they probably had a few price reductions, and then somebody came in and was like, "Yeah, I love it. I'll give you a little extra."
Right.
Yeah. Market statistics. Okay, so once you take all those, all those properties that we had on the first page,
yeah,
we're going to send them through a couple of different, programs essentially within the program that we use as a realtor. And these are the numbers that it'll spit out. Granted, these aren't the numbers a realtor is always going to use because all you have is there an average, a high, a median, a low for both pricing and price per square foot, which is pretty helpful, but for most realtors that should just be a launching pad.
right.
From there you're going to go in and you're going to make your true adjustments. If there's, if one of those places, let's say if the place you're listing has a garage that's just a bit bigger than all the other ones,
Right.
that gives you some more value.
You maybe
If
have
there's
some
a little
custom,
bit bigger yard
yeah,
than what is represented there, yeah, then you've got more value. Yeah, or if you've got more upgrades
Right.
as well. So yeah, from here is just a launching spot, and that's where the realtor really starts to, that's where I have fun myself, is because I start poking around and seeing what adjustments I can make. Will an appraiser agree with me?
Right.
That kind of thing.
How much fine tuning does a realtor end up with? Like another 5-10%, or I mean, from here, where do you? I mean,
it really depends. Once you get that number there,
deal to deal, I'm sure it would be different.
Yeah, once you look at those numbers there, granted not the average sales price kind of stuff. I don't really look at that. And granted, I always discuss price per square foot because that's essentially what it comes down to, right? So I try to follow everything price per square foot when I go through the CMA. So that left side I don't even bother with. But yeah, from there you give it a range.
Yeah.
You make your fine-tuning adjustments and you give it a range. I believe your home's estimated value to be between X and Y. And beware of the realtor that says it's worth exactly this much, because they don't know. They don't. They just don't. None of us do. I'm sorry to break that to you.
Oh.
But if they say I can get you exactly this amount,
I didn't
either
know
you're
how
giving
those.
it up for less than you should, or something's wrong.
I didn't know how those statistics would go over, but you make them interesting and fun. You
I
actually
give it
know
a
your
shot.
beans. You know beans, so this is
I
good.
do. Well, yeah, and I count beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you
all
go.
important skills to have.
They're all beans. They add up, Make
Yeah.
a house out of them, I
Yeah,
guess.
you can make it. It's my house of beans. There
A
it
house
is.
of beans is better than a house of cards.
We got all kinds of houses out here in Nate's neighborhood. Hey, come on back. We're going to do a nice tour of Nate's mom's rental, and see some a great house out in
Mountain Falls.
Mountain Falls. That'll be great. Come on back to Nate's neighborhood, part 2. Hi, Nevada, and welcome back to Nate's Neighborhood, Part 2 of Episode 20. I'm John Kohler. This is Nate Boley.
Hey, guys.
One of Nye County's top realtors and friend to...
This is John Kohler, HBO fame.
Yeah, big deal.
Got to pay attention here. Yeah, keep up with it. This
Thank
guy.
you.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks for tuning in. Hey, this is actually my favorite part of the show. We actually go on a tour and get to sneak into some of these houses that are around here. You let you see how people live out here in Nye County if you want to come on out to Nate's neighborhood. Now, these houses kind of like come and go pretty quick, actually, between production and whatever. And this is it's actually the case here.
Yeah, the same thing. By the time we even got to shooting this, it's already under contract, but that's okay.
Yeah, because you get to see maybe consider this a model home for this edition of Mountain Falls.
Because this is one of the models in this phase within Tremonto that, on al fresco within Tremonto in that street, there must be 7 or 8 homes of this specific model. So this won't be the last of this model and this floor plan to go up for sale.
I love Italian food, and driving around this neighborhood just makes me hungry. All the street names, al fresco and Tremonto.
Yeah, it's a cool deal, and it is within Mountain Falls.
Yeah.
And we'll get into Mountain Falls a little bit more later.
All right.
But first, we'll jump right into the tour. Gorgeous place, and up front you see the 3-car garage.
Yeah, as you roll up on it, it's actually. I think you could get 3 cars in that garage. The little one is sort of skinny, but maybe that's like your European, your fancy car you take out, for occasions or whatever. The other 2.
Or if you're me, it's your project car or your gym.
You can use that
Exactly.
any way you want. Lots of open space under roof in this home, and gorgeous trees and landscaping throughout the neighborhood, now especially out front here.
Yeah, and granted, this is al fresco, or this portion of al fresco is a cul-de-sac. So that next home over is the edge of the cul-de-sac. So you got a very quiet street, let alone a quiet neighborhood, a more than usual quiet street, which is beautiful. And here's your entryway.
Right, busted in the front door, and I didn't mean to leave a footprint on it. No, I didn't.
No, no, well, and that was it. It's so shiny and well done.
Yeah.
Just, it just catches your attention. You can't help it.
Yeah.
There's no getting away from the shine on the floor.
Right. Look at all that natural light.
Let the light in. Yeah, and that's kind of it. This,
You got
my
dark.
mother, who happens to be the current owner or seller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was into.
Yeah, the dark wood. Yeah.
Yeah, that dark wood. You shine it up, and it's got an amazing look to it, and that goes all the way out throughout the house, especially into the den/office / fourth bedroom.
I like those frosted doors. You don't see a lot of them, and when you do, it's kind of, ooh, this looks like an important space.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's to me what gives it more of an office, at-home office feel. Maybe is those frosted doors.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It gives you a more professional, like, oh, this is an important room kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. Maybe you need that like line of demarcation when you're working from home. So
yeah, that can be important. That's for sure.
A little wooden one holer out and back.
Yeah, and speaking of demarcation, here's your spare bathroom, and this is between the two extra, the third and fourth bedroom essentially.
Right, and these bedrooms are big. Look at this thing. I don't think with the picture,
12 by 12,
just not
13
quite.
by 13. Yeah, we couldn't really, you can widen your shop, but then it starts to look a little weird, and we don't necessarily like to do that around here.
Right.
So when you can't get the whole room in a shot, that's a big room.
Well, this is coming back from the back side of that room, and so you can see the big walk-in closet off to the left, and then the doorway to the hallway. Walk on down the hall. There you are.
Yeah, and it's, again, that shine, that beautiful flooring all the way throughout. And here's your other bedroom at the other end of the hallway.
Right.
Again, spacious, and you had mentioned huge closets in every bedroom.
Right. So this is just 3 of the extra bedrooms. So we saw the little den, the one, and now this is the third, and this is so coming back from that section of the house. You're looking back at the kitchen. There you are.
Yes. So yeah, as you come walking out of that hallway, your first thing you're going to see is the kitchen, of course, the island. You've got the outcropping there.
Big living room on the, off to the side.
And here we are. Here's the living room where that last picture was taken from.
Right.
So you've got your area there with the speakers up above, all the way at the end. So wire it in, get your TV or whatever it might be you use for entertainment. That's your spot for it right there.
Here's your giant galley kitchen with the oven up above and oven down below, fridge, everything ready to go.
Great setup, yeah. I mean, and higher end appliances, all included.
This is from the other side of the island, so this is the island that.
Yeah, into the living room on the left and the eating nook / formal, just off in the distance past it there.
Right, dishwasher.
Yeah, again, lots of space. Almost 2,000 square feet, going for 347,000, I want to say.
Kind of a
Quite
prep
a steal.
nook.
Like it would appraise for that pretty easily, I would think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then here you've got a prep area, or there used to be a wine cooler there, and I think it used to be a
like a humidor
not a
or
wet
something.
bar, because there's not a sink, but a bar, so to speak. Yeah, and then here's your eating area. And granted, you could sit a 6-person table there.
I think you could. That was a good sized room.
Yeah, and you're not, you get above that, you're probably not going to have the best access to the doors or the rest of the island.
Right.
So, if you need more than 4 bedrooms also, this wouldn't be the place.
Laundry room on the way out to the garage. That's a garage door there, isn't it?
Laundry room's huge.
And
man.
And those front loading machines are very nice, very expensive,
Yes,
very reliable.
on the pedestals also.
Very efficient.
Yeah. So now we peel back and we get into the master bedroom.
Oh, it's the master bedroom. Oh yeah, look at this thing.
Just
okay.
Gorgeous.
Some interesting kind of interior wall shapes.
Yeah, we've got kind of the bay window look there, so you get that extra natural light.
Right.
And then into the master bathroom.
Partner sinks.
I was impressed by the size of the closet, the layout. It just seemed, to me, I walked in there and thought, I'd hang this here and this here and this here, and then my wife would take the other 90%. And now here's your shower and your tub. And a lot of folks will take that tub out and make it into a massive shower. I see that being done a lot these days.
Yeah.
Because you really only need 1 tub per household.
Right.
And you got to have a toilet. Has to be a toilet. You got a private commode.
Right.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
And there's a fan in there. You can see that.
I was gonna
Some
say,
folks, you
you get into those small, you start making those spaces small. Yeah.
You're gonna need a fan, but that's got one. So
or a box of matches. Yeah.
It depends on how much business you're doing. You might create some issues with those matches.
Yeah. Boom.
So
hey.
here's your other shot outside of those doors from from the breakfast or dining area,
right, and
you've got this amazing covered patio. And around all of those exteriors there, you can see the pull-down shutters.
right.
So if it's crazy hot or if it's windy, whatever it might be.
Well, look at this nice little yard you've got here to enjoy. I mean,
Yeah,
you get
for
some
the most
shade,
part,
you
you've
get
got
patio spot.
shade, you've got space, there's actually that rounded area out towards the back end of the back patio, I
Right.
think would be very fitting for a hot tub.
Right.
But Mountain Falls does have a hot tub and several pools, of course. But if you want one in the backyard
Right.
to be amongst, just the foliage here is beautiful.
And that's
of course,
all
well
part-
taken care of.
Part of their, I mean, they've got like a whole like a rec center or something out there. Yeah, this is off to the left.
Yeah, there's a ton. Yeah, we'll go through that as well. And there's, another shot off to the, I think this one's off to the left as well.
Doesn't this look like a great place to have like a tortoise?
It really does, strangely enough. Yeah, you could have
I mean,
a big giant tortoise. They
yeah, they don't move around much, but hey, they can't get out either, and whatever.
Give them
Yeah.
a pool, they're set.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. But yeah, you've got the space to barbecue and have a hot tub and maybe a few other things as well.
A tortoise.
And a tortoise. Yeah.
Can't
Don't
have all
barbecue
that.
tortoises.
Let's
Don't
not
mix those things up.
yeah.
That's not what we said.
Don't confuse the issue.
Yeah, that's correct. Save the tortoises.
Yeah.
So here's the rest of the covered portion of the patio, and you've got space.
It's like a whole other living room out there,
yeah,
really. I mean,
seriously.
and they've got this excellent water
Yeah, the
filtration
water
system out
Beautiful.
in the garage.
Yeah, and it looks pretty new. I want to say it's just a few years old.
Yeah.
Not in bad shape at all.
It's got,
and some extra storage there.
Some lights, some power, some fury.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a nice
Great
place.
place. Yeah, I mean for $347,000, that's in Mountain Falls.
That's what you get for $347.
I would have thought a little bit higher, but the comps say what the comps say, and
Right.
honestly, it's up to the seller. You know what I mean? And a lot of folks, I do still come across those sellers who are like, I'd find me somebody who might need some help, or find me somebody who can qualify, who
Right.
is a good person, and we want to pay it forward just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not by the tune of say $100,000 worth of equity, but you get to fit those folks together
Right.
sometimes, and that's a special feeling. I do appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you might
For the
not
most
know.
part, everybody wants more money than they can get, but that's okay. You're not in that boat by yourself. It's loaded with homeowners. Yeah, that's okay.
So this is a part of an HOA community, and so
Yeah, 92. I think it depends on the phase that you're in, technically. But between $90 and $95 a month is your HOA fee for your
Okay.
dues. And yeah, that includes
the landscape.
the landscaping.
Exterior landscaping, yeah.
Some of the exterior landscaping. It includes everything from the trails, the walking trails, to the parks and the dog parks. And that's kind of the thing, is when you drive through Mountain Falls, you don't feel like you're in the desert, that's for sure. You feel like you're in a bit of an oasis. There's trees and grass and shrubbery and walking trails just everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's really what you're paying for, beyond the rec center and the pools and access to the golf course, which granted right now, currently the golf course is public, but at some point those gates will be put up at the edge of Mountain Falls when they're done building, and I don't think that'll be a public course anymore. But if you own a home out there on a private course, look at you, value. So you never know. Yeah. But yeah, Mountain Falls is a cool community. I'm not a fan of the size of the lots myself because they're a bit smaller.
Tidy.
Yeah, but that's not what I would personally be looking for.
Right.
And that's okay. You want the right place. You want the place that screams to you.
Right.
So if this place screams to you, give me a holler, shoot me an email, send me a text.
They've got different phases.
Smoke
with,
rings, whatever you got to do. Find me on
different-
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have different sizes of lots? Or are they all fairly? I mean, this is like one of
They
the
are.
smaller ones, and then
This is probably one of the smaller lots, but it's right about 2/10 of an acre, which is your general size between most of Mountain Falls.
Right.
And that's kind of it. If you find yourself at the edge of a cul-de-sac or on a corner, then you're going to have a bit more space.
Right.
But of course, a lot of times when you're building the home, that lot's going to cost you an extra 15 or 20 grand itself, just the lot. Yeah. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, if you want to know more about Mountain Falls, more about Pahrump, of course, give us a holler. We're always happy to help.
Call this guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, this
And
guy knows.
I mean, you can find this guy everywhere, literally.
I'll
as
just
well.
be wandering around.
Yeah. Well, he's not wandering around. He's creating the weather.
Yeah.
Doing. You know,
you
there's
gotta
a lot of
walk the
weathermen
earth.
out there, but this guy is, he's
Feel the chi.
he's feeling chi,
Right. You
preparing
gotta
for rain.
circulate and then then
see?
create the weather. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Well,
He's the only one doing it right, as far as I can tell. You know?
it was nice hanging out in Nate's neighborhood with Nate Boley and you, and we look forward to seeing you back here another morning real soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to
again.
Nate's neighborhood.